Hi dear friends, in this session we are going to discuss about sequencing by Janssen's algorithm. Coming to the learning objectives, after this session you should be able to understand the Janssen's algorithm, sequence n jobs and 2 missions using the Janssen's algorithm, compute the total elapsed time and idle time of the missions. In the previous session we have discussed about n jobs on one mission, that is priority sequencing we call. Coming to the n jobs on 2 missions, in this type of sequencing n jobs are to be processed or sequenced on 2 missions, say M1 and M2. The processing time estimates of the jobs on the missions are known or given. It is required to find a sequence that minimizes the total elapsed time, that is the time to process all the jobs on both the missions. To obtain the optimal sequence, an algorithm known as Janssen's algorithm is used. Steps in the Janssen's algorithm: list out the time estimates of the jobs on the 2 missions M1 and M2. So it will be given in the form of table in general. So you have to select the least processing time in the list. If the least processing time is on mission 1, that is M1, place that job from left to right in the sequence. If the least processing time is on mission 2, that is M2, place that job from right to left. So to obtain the, or you have to select the least processing time from the entire table. If that least processing time corresponds to mission 1, no, you have to sequence that job from left to right, and if it corresponds to M2, you have to sequence it from right to left. In case of tie, in the processing time, so it can be resolved arbitrarily, so that we'll discuss later. Eliminate the jobs that are sequenced as a result of step 2. So I mean the job which is sequenced, that is to be deleted from the table. Fine. So we have to repeat the steps 1 and 2 until all the jobs are sequenced. In other words, it is an iterative procedure till all the jobs are sequenced. Every time you have to select the least processing time, and if that corresponds to M1, sequence it from left to right, and if it corresponds to M2, sequence it from right to left. So to continue this process till all the jobs are sequenced or completed. So in a nutshell, if the minimum processing time is with reference to M1, move from left to right, and if it is with reference to M2, move from right to left to obtain the optimal sequence. So you can take it like this. So if the least processing time is on M1, so you will sequence that job from left to right, and if it is on M2, so you will sequence it from right to left. So let us take a numerical to understand this concept. Consider the processing time estimates in minutes of 5 jobs, each of which must undergo through the 2 missions M1 and M2 in the order M1, M2. Obtain the sequence for the jobs that minimizes total elapsed time, and also find the idle time of both the missions. So this is the tabulated form of the jobs and missions. Fine. The processing time estimates of the jobs and the missions, 5 minutes, 1 minute, and so on. Fine. Now coming to the solution, very first step is you have to identify the least processing time in the entire table. So in this table it is 1 minute 1. Okay. So that corresponds to job 2 on mission 1. Now as per the procedure or algorithm of Janssen's, So if the least processing time corresponds to M1, no, that job you have to sequence from left to right. So you have to sequence job 2 from left to right first. So sequence the job 2 first. So from left to right. Fine. So instead of writing J2, just have written 2. 2 stands for job 2, you please understand. Fine. Now we have to write the reduced table ignoring the sequenced job, that is deleting this column, no, J2. So let us see what is this table. This is the reduced table after ignoring the job 2. So again it is rewritten. Fine. In the reduced table, the least processing time is 2 minutes. Fine, for the job 1 and mission 2. So and hence sequence it from right to left. So the least processing time is 2 minutes. No, this corresponds to job 1 but on mission 2. So as per the procedure or as per the algorithm, so if the least processing time corresponds to mission 2, you have to sequence that job from right to left. Fine. By doing so, the updated sequence is 2. This you have to keep it as it is because already you have sequenced that job. Then this job you have sequenced now. Now again cancelling this or ignoring this column, no, that is job 1. So the reduced table will be, as I told, it is an iterative process till all the jobs are sequenced. So J2 and J1 are sequenced, hence they will not appear here. J3, J4, J5, M1 and M2 they are there. Fine. Missions. Now in the remaining table or reduced table, 3 minutes is the least processing time, that is for job 4 but on which mission? M1. Okay. So when the least processing time is on M1, no, you have to sequence that from left to right. Left to right means in the available blank spaces. For example, already job 2 is sequenced. From left to right means here you have to sequence. Okay. So you are not supposed to replace this or so because already, so job 2 is sequenced. Hence the updated sequence will be 2, 4. Why it is 4? 4 in the sense job 4, you please note it. Fine. So now after cancelling or after ignoring this, what will get? So the reduced table is this one. So in the remaining table or reduced table, the least processing time is 4 minutes, that corresponds to job 5 and on mission 2, please note it. As it is on mission 2, so you have to process it from right to left in the available vacant spaces. The least processing time is 4 minutes for job 5 on mission 2 and hence process J5 before J1. Before J1 in the sense J1 is already sequenced, no? So that you are not supposed to disturb. Fine. So 1 was sequenced earlier, 5, 2, 4 sequenced, and in the remaining space, as only one vacant space will be there and only one job is pending, so by default it will take that position. Okay. So now this is the updated or final or optimal sequence. So fill the vacant cell with the remaining job to get the final or optimal sequence. So this is the stage 1, I can say, that is obtaining the optimal sequence. But as per the problem, you are supposed to find the optimal sequence along with the total elapsed time and idle times. Coming to that part, total elapsed time and idle time. So there is a simple table. Okay. So you have to write like this: job sequence. So whatever the sequence you got, the final sequence or optimal sequence. Mission 1, mission 2. There are two missions, M1 and M2. In, out, you have to write idle time as the last column. Fine. Idle time of mission 2, we can say. In always is 0. First, okay, we'll start with 0. I mean 0th time, 0th minute or so. 1. What is this 1 means? If you refer the table, the data of the processing time estimates, 1 minute is the time estimation, that is for J2 on mission 1. You please refer. So here, fine. This table you have to take reference. So J2, M1, 1 minute, and so on other values also you have to take. Fine. First let us fill for mission 1 in, out, and this out time will become this one. I mean after completion of job 2, no, you will load job 4. That is the sequence. On which mission? On mission 1 again. Okay, this will become the out time for mission 1. Again while loading job 4, no, this will become the in time 1. Why this 4 means? Okay, if you refer that 3 minutes will be the processing time of J4 on mission 1, I am sure. 1 plus 3 it will become. You have to add, okay, the processing time 4. So this out time, as I told, will become the in time, and probably this will be the 9. This gap, no, will be 9 minutes that you have to check in the data, as I told. So J3. So then again this out time, this will become in time. So this one 23 and 28. So why this 28 you got? Let us see. 23, no, 23 and 28. J1 if you refer, J1 job 1 on mission 1 5 minutes, no, hence 23 plus 5 minutes, that is 28 minutes you will get. Okay, this is about mission 1. In other words, this one mission 1 will be completely engaged for 28 minutes to process all the jobs. Now coming to the mission 2, no, so little bit, okay, you have to think here again, in and out, that is common like this. So mission 2, what it will be doing, it will be idle till this job 2 is loaded on mission 2. Hence this processing time is there, no, 0 to 1 or whatever it is. So because sequence is M1 and M2, after completion of the job on M1, then only it should go to M2. Till then M2 will be idle, no, hence the in time will become the out time of this. This is 1 and 6 as usual. So that processing time of this job on mission 2. So hence this out time will become in time. So this is 15. Why this is 15 means, again you have to check the processing time of J4 on mission 2, that will be 8. Okay, you can check it, 7 plus 8, 15. So then this 15 will become in time. And here you have to be a little bit careful. So 15, 22. So job 3 has been completed on mission 2 by 22 minutes. Please note that job 3 has been completed on mission 2 by 22 minutes. But so mission 1 is not giving job 5 for mission 2 till 23rd minute. So hence if you write 22 here, what is the wrong? So though it is not ready, you are loading or something like, which is meaningless concept wise. Hence, so you can remember like this, whichever is higher you have to fill here, because unless the mission 1 gives this particular job, mission 2 cannot take. Though it has completed, it should be waiting or it should be idle or something like. That's what, okay, you have to see here. Then why you are not this one considered here means 7 and 7. This was higher side, hence okay, there was no such problem or issue there. So here what is happening? So J3 mission 2 is completing by 22 minutes, but to take the next job, that is J5, so the mission 1 is not giving till 23 minutes. So hence the in time for mission 2 for this job will become the higher one out of these two, whichever is higher, like, I mean, so 23. 23 again the processing time may be 4 minutes. Here also the same thing is happening here, 23. So job 5 has been completed on mission 2 by 27 minutes. But job 5 is coming out from mission 1 only after 28 minutes. Then it has to wait. 1 minute it has to wait here. So 28 will take, not 27. 27 if you take, so what it indicates, so before completion of the job on mission 1 itself, you're loading on mission 2. So which is actually meaningless. Fine. So hence, so only after completion of processing of the job on mission 1, it has to be loaded onto mission 2. Okay. So 28 plus 2, and this one, the last number is called total elapsed time. Total elapsed time. Total elapsed time is 30 minutes. So what is the meaning of total elapsed time? It is nothing but the total time required to process all the jobs on both the missions, 30 minutes. Now coming to the idle time, no? Idle time means idle time of mission 1, idle time of mission 2 you have to calculate. Idle time of mission 1 is 2 minutes, you can say. How? Total processing time is 30 minutes. Out of that, mission 1 is engaged for 28 minutes. 28 minutes. So this is like a batch production or so if you take. So in this batch, so 30 minutes is the total processing time. Out of that, mission 1 is engaged for 28 minutes. Hence 2 minutes is the idle time. Coming to the idle time of the mission 2, no? 3 minutes. Okay, for that, okay, wow, included a column in the table itself. How it is 3 minutes means, see here, 1 minute idle time. So in the beginning always there will be idle time for the mission 2, because unless this job comes out from mission 1, it cannot take, no? So it is 1 minute here. So the out time will become in time, no? So this is nothing but 1 here. And again here, see, though mission 2 has completed its job, I mean its processing by 22 minutes, so it is taking the next job only in the 23rd minute. This gap is 1 minute. And again same thing is happening here, 27 to 28 1 minute. So hence idle time of machine 2 is 3 minutes. You have to add these 3. That's all about this concept. But sometimes there may be tie in the least processing time. Then how to handle or how to resolve the tie we'll discuss here. Tie breaking. Sometimes the least processing time may be same on the machine 1 or machine 2. In such cases, the tie can be resolved as explained. Case 1, when there is a tie of least processing time on machine 1. Okay, let us take an example like this. There are two jobs, job 1 and job 2, machines M1 and M2. So 10, 20, 10, 20 something time estimates are given in minutes, let us say. Now, if you want to sequence these jobs, no? So okay, least processing time is 10 minutes, no doubt. But least processing time is repeated. In other words, there is tie. So in such cases, what to do is the least processing time is 10 minutes and there is tie. It is same for both the jobs now. So in such cases, so to resolve it, sequence the job having more processing time on the machine 2. You have to check the processing time on the opposite machine, the other machine, that is machine 2 here in this case. So that you have to sequence from left to right first. For example, 10 and 20, 10 and 30, which is having more processing time in the opposite machine. So this one. Hence, job 2 is sequenced first, then job 1 it says. Okay. So there is tie, no doubt. 10, 20, 10, 30. So as per this, sequence the job having more processing time on machine 2 first, that is from left to right. Why you are sequencing it from left to right is, it is pertaining to what? The tie is pertaining to machine 1, no? When it is on machine 1, you have to sequence from left to right. Okay, by doing that, so J2, then J1, J2 and J1. This combination you have to take. Then case 2 is when there is a tie of least processing time on the machine 2. Okay, so here what is happening? 9:15, 9:15. The least processing time is 9 minutes and it is tie on machine 2. Sorry, it is not machine 1, machine 2. The least processing time is 9 minutes or 9 minutes and there is tie. It is as it is same for both the jobs. Fine. Now, if it is so, to resolve it, sequence the job having more processing time on the machine 1 first. Fine. From left to right as on machine 2. Fine. What to do is, this combination you have to check it. 9:15, 9:20. Okay. Which is having more processing time? 9:20, 9:20, 9:15. So as this is having more processing time, this job you have to sequence first. First in the sense, as it corresponds to machine 2, no? You have to sequence it from right to left. First in the sense, from right it is first. Okay. So it is again same Johnson's algorithm concept only. So J2, then J1. So you got it? 9:20, 9:15. Okay. So tie is on machine 2. You please make it as M2. Tie is on machine 2. When the tie is on machine 2, so you select the job which is having more processing time in the opposite machine. I mean, this one is having more processing time, no? Job 2 is having more processing time on the other machine, that is M1. Hence, you sequence it first. First in the sense, so as it is pertaining to, as the tie is pertaining to machine 2, you have to sequence it from right to left. That is the meaning of first in this case. It is the reverse direction, no? Fine. Now, when there is a tie of least processing time on both the machines, sometimes, okay, so there may be data like this, 3893 or something like. Of course, it is not a tie, I can say. So you can resolve it very easily. So least processing time is what? 3. This is for job 1. Okay, on machine 1. And again for job 2 on machine 2. Hence, okay, strictly speaking, it is not tie. So you can sequence it. So one from left to right and one from right to left, nothing else. This job you have to sequence from left to right. So this one you have to sequence from right to left. That's all. Okay. So if the tie is on one side, no, then only you have to see. That's what case 1 and case 2. The tie may be on machine 1 or tie may be on machine 2. Fine. So if it is on both the sides, just you can sequence arbitrarily. I mean, in the sense, one from left to right and one from right to left. The least processing time is 3 units for both the job. Okay, for job 1 and for job 2 on machine 2. Fine. To resolve it, sequence the job of least processing time on M1 from left to right and the job of least processing time on M2 from right to left. That's all. So now let us take one more numerical covering all these special cases. Fine. In a factory, there are 6 jobs to perform, each of which should undergo or should go through 2 machines A and B in the order AB. That is no passing rule, AB in the sense. Fine. So the processing time estimates in minutes for the jobs are given in the table. Obtain the sequence for performing the jobs that would minimize the total elapsed time, and also find the idle time of both the machines. So this is the data given. So machine A, machine B, instead of M1 and M2, okay, AB is given, J1, J2, J3, J4, J5 and J6. These are the processing time estimates. So I mean of the jobs and the machines. Coming to the solution part. So the step 1 is always least processing time. You have to identify in the given table or entire table is 1 minute for which job, job 1, on which machine, machine 1. Machine A you can treat as machine 1. So hence, as it is on machine 1, you sequence that from left to right. So sequence the job 1 first, that is sequence it from left to right. Why? As it is on machine 1. So you will get like this. So you have to write so many blank spaces, that is 6, and you have to keep on filling one by one. Fine. Now you have to write the reduced table after ignoring the sequenced job. So it is the reduced. I mean J1 is not there. Okay. J2, J3, J4, J5, J6. Again it is rewritten here for convenience. Fine. Now again the same procedure. The minimum processing time in the reduced table is 2 minutes. Fine. And it corresponds to J4 and J5 both on the machine B, that is M2. So then just now we discussed this falls under case 2. So when there is tie on machine 2, when there is tie on machine 2, so to see the opposite processing time 2526, so which is having more processing time on the opposite machine, job 5. Hence job 5 is sequence first in this sense. I mean in this case, as the least processing time, the tie is on least processing on machine 2. So from right to left you have to fill, from right to left. First from right to left, in other words. Okay. So please see this. Since the corresponding process time of J5 on machine A is larger, for job 5, the corresponding processing time of than J4 on machine A. Okay. Sequence the job 5 first. Job 5. This combination you are seeing, nothing else. 2625, which is having more processing time in the opposite machine. This one. So that is from right to left. You have to fill that. That is then and then job 4. Fine. The updated sequence would be like this. J1, and so you have simultaneously. So you can fill these two simultaneously in the sense. Okay. After this one will come. Fine. 26 you fill first. Then this one J4. Now 3 jobs have been sequenced. So then reduced table would be this one. So this and this and this jobs are deleted here, or ignored. J2, J3, J6 you have. Now in the remaining table, in the remaining table, so again the least processing time is 3, and there is tie. So now this tie comes under case 1. Fine. 3, 6, 3, 10 like. Okay. So let us see now. So again for convenience, this table has been rewritten. So the least value is 3, least processing time, and there is tie among the least values. Fine. Okay, of course this tie, this one. This you can see. This becomes like case 3. This you can ignore. This 2 you can think of now. This corresponds to J2 and J6 on machine A and J3 on machine B. So 3, 6, 3, 10 combination you take it. So if you take this 3, 6, opposite time is 6 minutes. If you take this one, you ignore this time being, because tie on one side you have to see first, tie on machine A or machine 1. So this is having more processing time in the opposite machine. Then you have to sequence this first, that is from left to right, because it is on machine A. So J6 you sequence first, then J2. So by doing so, as the corresponding processing time, all this okay I have explained. So let us sequence this one, J1, J6. Then automatically, so reduced table will become this one. Fine. J1, J6, J4, J5, they are sequenced already. Only J2 and J3 are left. So in this 3-6 tie is on the opposite mission, so it's not an issue at all. Okay, so just you can consider like case 3. So this you can sequence from left to right, this you can sequence from right to left, that's all. Okay, so this job, no, J2 is sequence here, J3 you can sequence here, that's all, fine. Now the updated sequence would be J1 J6 J4 J5, see, that's what, J2 and J3. So this is the optimal sequence or final sequence. Of course, by using this sequence you have to find out the total elapsed time and the idle time of the missions. So job sequence, no, whatever the job sequence you got it now, I mean here J1 J6 J2 J3 J4 and J5, so you have to write, and as usual in out, mission A, mission B, in and out, always it is 0, starts with 0, in other words 1. So please don't think that always it will be 1. So you have to see the data, that is 0 and 1. No, you can go back if you wish in the table. No, this one coincidentally it is 1 minute, that's why. So it is coming 1 there. So 0 and 1. Why it is 1? 0 plus 1. No, it's 1 minute. Out time is 1. And always, okay, first thing is you fill the sequence, you fill the data or the columns pertaining to mission A, in out 0 1, this will become in for this, plus 3, why I am assuming, I am not assuming anything. So I am taking this from for job 6, that is processing time of job 6 and mission 1 would be 3, no, 1 plus 3. Okay, so this will repeat, this will repeat, this will repeat. Okay, you have to keep on adding the, just, okay, what is the gap between this and this is the processing time of this particular job and this mission, nothing else. Okay, 20 and 26. 20 is the in time, 26 is the out time. Okay, now, so in this batch of sequence, no, so mission A will be engaged for 26 minutes, that's the meaning. Now coming to mission B, no, again in and out. So as we discussed in the previous problem, so the out time of this one, no, will become the in time, and again it is not 1 every time. If it is 2, it will be 2 here, that's all, fine. So it will be 1, fine. Out time 6. Why you are getting 6 means again it is like this only. So you refer the given table or data in the problem. So J1, no, J1 will take 5 minutes of time to process on mission B. So hence 1 plus 5, 6. So 6, 6, just to check it, 6, 6, 16, 16, 22, 22, 25, 25, 27, 22. I mean there is no idle time for mission B in between except in the beginning. See why? See 16, 16. So immediately after completion of this, so this mission A, no, is giving the job to the mission B. Hence mission B will never wait, okay, except in the beginning as per this sequence, fine, or as per the data given. 16, 16, 16, 16, 25, 25, 27, 27, like this. Now coming to the total elapsed time, no, it is 29 minutes. What is the meaning of total elapsed time? It is the time required to complete all the, or to process all the jobs on both the missions. Now coming to the idle time of mission 1, no, so in total both the missions will be engaged, what, I mean this batch will take 29 minutes. Out of that mission A will be engaged, I mean the last job will come out by 26th minute, no, 29 minus 26 will be 3 minutes. Okay, this is the idle time for mission A. So you can very easily compute this minus this. Okay, then coming to the idle time of mission 1, it is just 1 minute in the beginning, because okay, so it has to wait, no, in the beginning it has to wait 1 minute. So then continuously it is in the process without any gap like in the previous problem. Hence, so 0, 0, 0 I can say. So there is no idle time in between, like, so 1 minute. So that's all about Jansen's algorithm along with its special cases, how to sequence NJOB's 2 missions problem, how discussed. So along with the computation of total elapsed time and idle time, okay, of the missions. Coming to the learning objectives, the learning objectives were to understand the outline of the sequencing problem, that is NJOB's sequencing problem using the Jansen's algorithm. I'm sure that certainly you have met the outcomes or the learning objectives. Fine. Now we are in a position to give the outline of the Jansen's algorithm. Sequence n jobs 2 missions problem using Johnson's algorithm, you are in a position to compute the total elapsed time and idle time of the machines. So of course, we discussed about the special cases when there is a tie, when there is tie of least processing time, how to resolve it. Also we have discussed. So this is about the second type of sequencing, n jobs on 2 missions, what I can say. So an algorithm or a procedure I have used known as Johnson's algorithm for this. So I take this opportunity to thank you one and all for your kind attention. Please take care. Have a nice time.